What's up, everybody? Cigar Sherpa Laird Mayhew back with another cigar review, and today I've got the Crown Heads Court and Robusto. Stay tuned.
I can smoke stogies in my house, first of all, because her father introduced me to stogies, and second of all, because I'm a stud. I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone. I smoke my stogie anywhere I want. I don't have to find a hideout place like you.
All right. Welcome back to another installment here at Cigar Sherpa. I, of course, am your host, Laird Mayhew, and if you keep up with the channel, you will know I ain't been around in a while. It's probably been about 2 weeks since I put out a review. So for those of you that texted and messaged me and asked me what was going on, if everything was okay, I appreciate the concern. No, I ain't got no COVID-19. I did have a little bit of a sinus problem. I don't know where you guys live, but I'm in the southeastern United States, and in the springtime, I have got an acre full of pine trees in my yard. I've got flower bushes, and it just looked like a green haze for like the first week there of spring. It's starting to calm down a little bit, but I had some sinuses, and I can't taste my cigars whenever I've got pollen, sinuses, and all that, so I can't really lend a review. I hadn't even been smoking cigars. I've tried here and there, but anyway, what you guys came for. Today I've got the Crown Heads Court, okay? That's all it is. I don't know if it's a reserve, Crown Heads Court Reserve. It's got the Roman numerals 18 on it. What I could find out about this cigar, it's a special edition cigar. It's a one and done, okay? They make them, they put them out. Hey, I guess it was done as a thanks to the fans of Crown Court because they really did blow up. And that's all I know about it. I don't know any more about it. I don't know who's behind it or the brainchild behind it, but see how this cigar is. And if I delve back into Crown Heads, I have had the Monte Cristo Ciudad de Musica. That was the mashup between Altitas and Crown Heads, and I love that cigar. Box worthy. I got a box for Christmas. But this was a thank you to the fans. And once they're out, they're gone. So it's a very, very dark looking cigar. It's got a very like chocolatey, dark chocolate appearance, and it's not oily. It's not dry, but it's not very oily. It's got a Mexican San Andreas wrapper, so that's exciting. Yeah, I'm a really big fan of the Mexican San Andreas. Normally they're really oily or they've got a nice oil sheen to them. This one doesn't. But I'm looking forward to it. It's got a sweetness there that I typically like. It's got an Ecuadorian binder and it's got Nicaraguan fillers. This is the Robusto, so it's a classic size, 5x50. Ring gauge, my favorite size. Like I said, it's got, it's kind of a rough looking cigar, actually. I don't know if you can kind of see that. It's kind of lumpy. It's kind of coarse, manly-like, almost like a Clint Eastwood style cigar. Triple cap. The smell, there's not a whole bunch of aroma coming off the wrapper. It's got a sweet smell coming out the kind of like a dried fruit, but not so much. I don't know, kind of like a cocoa smell too. So, all right, I'm gonna give this thing a cut and a light. Come back and tell you what to think about it from there. Stay tuned. All right. Whew, that's got some spice to it, some pepper spice in the retrohale. Right off the bat, I'm getting a very, very strong dose of cedar. It's not quite a sweet cedar. It's more of like a tangy cedar. Definitely some coffee notes on there, and a good, black pepper in the retrohale is just like got me spinning right now. It's a medium to full body. I'm gonna say it's a full bodied cigar right off the bat. It's got really dark notes to it, like dark. It's got earthy, but like a dark earthy. I don't know if I'm conveying that properly. It's got a good coffee, but it's like a dark roast coffee. It's got a good chocolatey flavor, nuance of chocolate, but it's like a dark chocolate. And of course, that black pepper is in the retrohale. It's strong, so be careful there. And it coats the mouth with a tangy pepper sensation. So let me get into the first third and come back and tell you what I think about it from there. Stay tuned. All right. We are in the first third. I'd say we're about 12 minutes into this cigar. Ash is nice and white. It's not very tight. It's got some looseness to it. It's burning a little uneven, but nothing we're going to ding them over. But let me tell you something. Very full-bodied cigar and full of flavor. It has got a very sooty, rich, oily, dark coffee nuance to it that it damn near tastes like you put coffee grounds in your mouth without the unpleasantness of, grounds floating around in your mouth. It's just very, 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 again, I'm going to go back to saying dark. It's got a dark coffee, okay? That tangy cedar. It's not citrus, that's there. I'm not a big fan of anything that's citrusy or tangy, but this is just working. The dark chocolate, it's got some leather note there. Maybe I'm looking for that, but maybe it's just all the flavors combined just remind me of leather. Maybe that's what it is. But right about halfway through the first third, so I'd say about 5 or 6 minutes into it, it starts to sweeten up and it gets like a brown sugar. But again, it's like a toasted brown sugar. This is a very, very dark, rich cigar. And I think you're going to like it. But one thing that is surprising about it, it's not as sweet as I kind of anticipated with that San Andreas wrapper on there. The sweetness is just very dim. It's almost like lightly sweetened, I guess would be the word. But it's got everything for a full-bodied cigar. It's earthy. It's got coffee. It's got leather, and it's got black pepper on the retrohale. That's not going anywhere. Matter of fact, my nose is kind of getting runny. Again, it is pollen season too, and I'm probably missing at least 15%, maybe even 20% of the flavors that this thing is giving out. I'm missing them because I developed an allergy to pollen like last year. I grew up here. Never had a pollen allergy. Used to work outside, landscaping and all that. Never had a problem with it. Seemed like last winter, whenever the ragweed started putting out pollen, it affected me. But anyway, we're going to push through it. I'm liking this cigar. I'm going to come back in the second, third, and tell you what I think about it from there. Stay tuned. All right. We are in the second, third. We're coming into just about the halfway mark. We're about 25 minutes in. This thing's burning pretty slow. Not going to lie. It's nicely packed in there. It's a very nicely rolled. Like I said, it was kind of rough, kind of lumpy, but the density is good. It's nice and it's soft, but it's not spongy. It's not hard. It's got some weight, but it ain't entirely heavy. It's very, very well manufactured. How I came across this cigar, I was up in one of my favorite cigar stores, which is the JR's in Selma. Shout out to those guys up there. And my man Dylan, he works in there. And all he did, I was torn between, they had the box of the Crown Heads, this cigar, and I've been wanting to try it, but they had the box on special. And then they had just got the Spanish press from La Gloria Cubana, which I was torn between those two. And I was with a buddy of mine and Joe Aguirre. And so we made a deal. You buy a box of the La Glorias and you buy a box of those, and we'll 10 and 10 and we'll split. Okay, good deal. I looked at Dylan and I held the box of cigars up and he asked me if I tried. I said no, and he just said, it's straight. So based on that right there, so if you were in the JR's in Selma and Dylan says it's straight, because this is a damn good cigar and I'm really enjoying it. We have still got the same flavors that we had, except for I'm getting a lot more. I was going to say a little more. There's a lot more, like I can really, really pick up nutmeg. Okay, there's not much cinnamon. There's a spice there, but it's more like a dry, like a nutmeg. Okay, and if you don't know, what was I arguing with somebody on? Not arguing, but one of those forums where they're saying, guy comes on and says, cigars taste like tobacco, and that's it. There's no nuance. And I'm like, okay, And he's like, when's the last time you actually tasted nutmeg? And I'm like, probably like 2 weeks ago. Me and my wife were making some cookies. I know what nutmeg tastes like. If you cook and you have your palate is, not McDonald's and fast food, you're going to know. It's like good coffee. If you drink good coffee, you're going to taste the different roasts. That's like saying that there's no difference in Starbucks coffee and gas station coffee or Folgers. There is. It all tastes like coffee, but Anyway, to the cigar, it does pick up a creamy finish. So you're getting that good dark coffee. It's got a brown sugar sweetness, so sweetened black coffee. You're getting that nutmeg, okay, and you're getting the creamy finish. And there's like the black pepper, like I said, is there. It's in the retrohale, and it kind of coats your mouth. It's got like a nice oily coating that it leaves in your mouth. Just the flavor of the day, or the order of the day on this cigar, I'm going to say is dark. If you like dark flavors, dark earth, dark coffee, dark chocolate, leathery tones, and black pepper, you're really going to dig this cigar. So anyway, I know there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. I don't know if you guys are able to get your cigars. I know a lot of the places are closed down. I don't know how it is in your neck of the woods, but here in Fayetteville, North Carolina, I mean, besides not being able to go into the restaurant, everything is business as usual down here. I'm not really locked in my house. I'm a roofing contractor, so I'm out. I'm still putting roofs on. Some things have changed. Going to shake someone's hand now, that's kind of like what I grew up, and that's been our culture in the United States. Is you reach out and you shake a man's hand, you give a firm grip, look him in the eye, and shake his hand. I'm still caught in between. Now it's become a fist bump. And I don't think that's ever going to go away, unfortunately. If you remember, before 9/11, we didn't have so much security everywhere. Then 9/11 happened, security went up everywhere, and we just kind of stayed with it. So I hate to say it, but I have a feeling, I think that the American culture has probably shifted into handshakes are going to be a thing of the past, which is going to be weird for people of my generation. So I'm 42. So if you're with me, you understand what I'm talking about. But I'm going to get into the final third of this cigar and come back and tell you what I think about it from there. Stay tuned. All right. We are in the final third of the Crown Heads Court 18. Like I said, this is a one-time only production, so you got to get them while they're out there, because once they're gone, they are gone. It's not a regular production cigar. Robusto, 5x50, Mexican San Andreas wrapper, Ecuador binder, Nicaraguan fillers. That's all I know about it. Very good cigar. It's getting down, so if you've been following here, that tangy cedar that it started off with, it kind of comes back and takes a front seat in that tanginess. It's kind of reminding me of citrus. I'm not a big fan of it, but it really does, from the halfway point to the back, it gets like the sweetness really comes out. So you're getting that real good toasted caramel with the coffee, with the black pepper, with the dark chocolate, just all kind of combined. Just very, very dark, earthy tones of this cigar. So if you're not a flavor nuance guy and you're just a tobacco guy, dark, earthy, spicy tobacco. Okay, very, very, very enjoyable. Until the final third, I would say that I'm not a big fan of citrus, but a lot of people like citrus, so it's smoking real good. The smoke's still nice and cool. It's not like biting my tongue or anything like that. This would be a good cigar for you bourbon drinkers, like the real, like syrupy bourbons. And I'm not a big bourbon whiskey guy, but I know a thing or two about a thing or two. I would probably think more of like I don't know, maybe a Maker's Mark, something that's, dark and oaky would go great with this. For me, it goes great with black coffee, and I'm drinking Black Rifle Coffee. I don't know if you guys have heard of them, but look them up. They're a veteran-owned company, and the guy that's behind it, Max Best, he does like these crazy videos. He's funny, and if you're a veteran, you'll really get his humor. But Black Rifle Coffee in the Yeti cup. It's very, very good. Just goes good together. And I tell you what, I took a break. I smoked a few cigars here in the last 2 weeks, but I just hadn't really been able to enjoy them. This is the first one I've been able to enjoy. It's loaded with flavor, and it's got my nose running. It's a strong, full-bodied cigar. Full body from the beginning. I think they got it listed as like a medium to full, but for me, it's full-bodied and full-flavored. I mean, it's just got so much, so many nuances just kind of popping around that you pick up on. And I would say the thing that separates this cigar from other cigars with like the coffee and the black pepper and the caramel is it's got like a charry. I just kind of associate with dark. So anyway, I'm gonna cut the review there. Thanks for tuning in. I hope to get back on the horse here from my 2-week hiatus. Again, thanks for everybody that checked in on me wanting to know if I had COVID-19. Oh, you got COVID? Yeah, man. It's been a trip. So we'll see where we go from here. So Cigar Sherpa Laird Mayhew reminding you to be polite to everybody that you meet. But always have a backup plan in case you got to shoot him in the face. And I'm out.